In just a few hours, we expect the Senate to vote again on the Democratic and Republican versions of a short-term spending bill to try and reopen the government. Once again, both bills are expected to fail. But while leaders in Congress remain locked in this stalemate, a group of bipartisan senators, including my next guest, have been working behind the scenes to try and find a way out of this shutdown. And joining us now is Democratic Senator Jeanne Shaheen from New Hampshire, a member of the Senate Appropriations Committee. Good to have you here. Senator Shaheen, Politico says you are the Democrats' shutdown whisperer. You've been a central player in bipartisan behind-the-scenes talks this week. What can you share about how those talks are going?
Well, would that were true and that we had agreement to reopen the government. I think the good news is that people continue to talk to each other, but we have not yet found common ground. The Democrats continue to believe that it's important that we provide some reassurance to people who are set to see their premiums for their health insurance rise dramatically by November 1st. There's real urgency about addressing that issue. Premiums are expected to double for most people who are on health insurance. And so far, the Republicans' position has been that we're not willing to take that up. We're not willing to discuss how we get to a resolution until the government is reopened. I hope that we decide we can do both, because I think it's in America's and the American people's interest to ensure that we reopen the government, but also that we don't kick 4 million people off of their health insurance and double the premiums for another 24 million.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune just spoke this hour on the shutdown. Let's listen.
Senate Democrats have chosen to shut the government down. They have an opportunity, a fourth time today, to vote to open up the government and to allow us to do the rest of the work that the American people expects us to do. They have taken hostage the federal government and, by extension, the American people, who are the only losers in this.
What's your response to that?
Well, I would hope that leadership on both sides could come together and negotiate. I mean, that's what's been missing. There's been an unwillingness to sit down with Democrats to discuss how we address the concerns that have been raised. We had President Trump saying he'd be willing to meet with leadership in Congress, and then because leadership in Congress said, no, don't meet with the Democrats, he pulled that up and didn't meet until Monday, the day before funding ran out. So I think there's a lot of posturing on both sides, and what we need is for people to stop posturing and start working together.
One of the things we keep hearing from Senator Thune is that hostage line, right? Democrats have held government funding hostage here. Let's get beyond it. Then let's talk about the health care issues that you've expressed are so important to you and your colleagues there. Do you trust him? But if you were to vote for this short-term funding gap, that he would be an honest broker when it comes to talking about those health care expenses?
Well, I hope so. I would hope that at some level we've got to trust each other if we're going to get anything done. And sadly, there has been on both sides of the aisle an unwillingness to try and find common ground to see how we can work together. And that's what we've got to do, because making sure that people have access to health care at a cost they can afford is fundamental to people being able to lead productive lives. And when we add those rising costs of health insurance premiums to what people are paying for higher costs for groceries, for rent, for electricity, for child care. Under this administration, when President Trump said he was going to lower those costs, it's the reason that people are so concerned about those rising health insurance premiums.
New Hampshire, your state, is one of the states flagged by OMB Director Russ Vought to lose billions of dollars in green energy project funding, that the government is just going to slash that altogether. Does that make you more likely to vote with Republicans?
No, I think the retribution measures that are coming out of the White House and Russ Vought make people more and more frustrated. And the reality is New Hampshire has some of the highest electricity costs in the country. One of the things that those projects that they're talking about canceling do is to help people lower their electricity costs. And we also know that those clean energy jobs, those alternative energy programs, are hiring people at twice the rate of the economy writ large. So it's in good economic sense, good consumer sense, to ensure that those programs go forward. And it's really unfortunate that President Trump and Russ Vought are going after states just based on how people voted in the November election.
Senator Jeanne Shaheen, we appreciate your perspective and your insights on the talks happening with your colleagues. Thanks for joining us.